Joining me now, as he does every week, is my Sky News colleague, former Labor Minister Graham Richardson. Richo, thanks for joining us.
Great pleasure, Andrew.
Wrap up the Labor conference for us.
Well, what's to wrap up? Very quiet, very tame, very organised, very controlled. Not like the old days. Labor has got so much discipline these days, they're in danger of becoming boring.
What about the win on AUKUS, though, for the PM? That was significant, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think the AUKUS win was significant, but I mean, it was expected. It wasn't as if it was a surprise, and in the end, it wasn't too close. I think, this is a party in government, enjoying government, and unwilling to do anything that would jeopardise their hold on government, and I don't think that'll change for a long time.
Well, speaking of which, the PM's 60. He indicated to me on Sunday agenda he wanted to serve at least another 5 years. Do you think that's likely to happen?
Oh, well, I reckon he'll serve longer than that. I mean, the one thing you note about Albo is he loves the job, and it's kind of made for him. He's doing so well. When you're doing that well in the biggest job in the country, there's not much point in getting out early, so I hope he stays a long time.
Well, it's interesting though, isn't it? Because since Hawke, Keating and Howard, they've only tended to be there for 3 years. The polls turn very quickly. You reckon he can go against that trend?
I do, but I mean, he's no Rudd, this fella. He's very careful, and I don't think that Australia will want to turn against him anytime soon. I think this is a bloke who can probably live a longer political life than almost any of those who have held that job.
Yesterday on Sunday agenda, he wasn't able to name the petrol price. What happened in the old days when leaders were routinely briefed on this stuff?
Yeah, in the old days, I know I used to brief prime ministers and treasurers, etc., and we'd always have milk and bread and petrol prices somewhere in the brief, and we'd repeat that to them, several times, so that it'd be in their heads.
Now, we saw the Liberals in WA launch their voice campaign yesterday, the No campaign. Well, if you don't know, vote no. Cash was yelling out. There were a lot of older Australians there. What do you make of that? Or does it not really matter in the scheme of things?
Oh, look, well, I don't think the voice matters in the scheme of things, quite frankly. But as far as I can tell, the voice is going to have a pretty difficult road. At the moment, it would be very easy to see it going down, and that's not good for the Prime Minister. But he doesn't seem to be worried by it because he's not out there campaigning hard on it. I'm quite surprised by that.
Yeah, well, that's one to watch, that's for sure. Richo, thanks for your time.
Good on you, Andrew.